Hello everyone. I have never done a live on YouTube, but here we are making pumpkin bars the day before Thanksgiving. So wanted to try something new. So welcome to those of you that are popping on. This is Living Low Carb with Becky. So if you've never seen me before, welcome to the channel. And if you like what you see, hit subscribe and turn those notifications on. So last week I showed you a dupe on an apple pie filling, but we actually used a chayote squash. Amazing. I just got done making that one for tomorrow for Thanksgiving. And then today we're gonna do some keto pumpkin bars with cream cheese frosting. But because this is a live, we're gonna do the bars and I'm gonna tell you how to make the frosting. And it's just a way that you don't always have to have a crust with your Thanksgiving desserts. All right, so let's get started. The first thing, this is super easy. All you need is a spatula and a bowl, well, two bowls. You need a wet bowl and a dry bowl. In your wet bowl, you're going to need 1 cup of pumpkin puree. Make sure that it is the actual pumpkin puree and not pumpkin pie filling, and 3 eggs. That's it. We're gonna get those going in a minute. In another bowl, you're gonna need your dry ingredients, which is 2.5 cups of almond flour, 3/4 of a cup. So just pick whichever one you like. 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Make sure you are using a baking soda. 1/4 teaspoon of kosher salt and a teaspoon of pumpkin spice. We mix the wet first and we add in the dry. Let me go ahead and tilt this down and let's get mixing. So here's our wet bowl and I've got the pumpkin and the eggs, and it literally says we don't need anything aside from a spatula, but I always like to poke the yolks. I may or may not get a whisk, we'll see. I will give credit, shout out to Jennifer Banz. This is one of her recipes. And after this is done with live and I can go back and do some edits, then I will go in and put in her exact recipe. And when I put in her exact recipe, then you can see the measurements, how long to cook it. Speaking of which, I have the oven preheated at 400. So actually that went pretty quickly. So I have the eggs and the pumpkin puree already mixed. So all those dry ingredients, 2.5 cups of flour, 3/4 cup of sugar-free granulated sweetener, teaspoon of baking soda, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, teaspoon of pumpkin spice is all now just going right on in. This is when I go to a bigger spatula, we'll see. And this is it, guys, for the bars. You'll need a 9x9 parchment lined pan because you will need to release it later, as you need to store them in an airtight container. Now, if your 9x9 pan has a lid, then you're golden. But if not, you definitely need it parchment lined so that you can release it later. And you'll see, look at that. It's mixing up wonderfully. All right, so almost have that done. It's at a nice, wonderful consistency. Okay. I think I've just about got it, and I didn't even need my large one. This was really easy to mix up. Like I said, I've already got my crust with the apple pie that I posted on last week's, if you're curious about that recipe. So I wanted to do something without a crust. Here's my 9x9. You'll see it is parchment lined, and I actually did spray a little bit of avocado oil spray just to help with the release. We're just gonna go ahead and put that in there and make sure we lay it out flat. Should be pretty easy. Okay. Try to get every scraping you can. Okay, and we just spread this out. There's also a trick to make sure on making it nice and level when you're done. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. Hope all of you guys are gonna have a great Thanksgiving. And even if you see this later on in the year, use it for Christmas. Heck, it's fall, right? Pumpkin is good anytime during the fall season. And if you ask me, I'm a pumpkin lover year round. I could eat pumpkin bread year round. I don't know. I'm a pumpkin lover. So, here we go. So first I'm just trying to get it as even as I can on my own. And then, if I can, it's always good just to tap the pan because then you're gonna have it nice and settled. Okay, that's it guys. That is actually pretty quick. You're gonna put it in a 400-degree oven for 20 to 25 minutes or until a toothpick comes out clean. Okay. Next up, because it's alive, we're not gonna wait 20 minutes. So let me just walk you through the next step. For the cream cheese frosting, you're gonna need 1/2 cup of unsalted butter softened. So I've got that softening right now. 4 ounces of cream cheese softened, 1 cup of sugar-free powdered sweetener of choice. And if you don't have a granulated sweetener of choice, you can actually use powdered in the earlier part as well. A teaspoon of vanilla extract and a splash of heavy cream to thin it out to your desired consistency. Once it is fully cooled, you need to wait till it's fully cooled. You'll release it from the pan and you'll open it up and then you'll frost it. And you can cut it into 9 pieces and then put it into an airtight container. Makes 9 servings and it lasts 3 to 4 days inside your refrigerator, or it can freeze for a few months. Hopefully, since I've never done a live, I'll be able to come back on and edit in the final picture when we are done. But that is it guys, super fast, super easy. Hope you enjoy having some pumpkin bars for Thanksgiving. See you next time. Bye.